Hey everybody, John Jacoby here. Wanted to share with you guys a quick segment on a presentation that we put together. We are looking today at a presentation that I gave to agents a few days ago about attracting buyer leads online. So I wanted to share this with you guys because I think it's of value. In the presentation I gave, we showed that attracting buyer leads online is kind of like fishing. So the more you can see here in the picture, there's a ton of fishermen. They've got a bunch of fishing rods in, and they're reeling in fish left and right. So going after online leads is kind of like fishing. You want to make sure that you set your lines out early, that you earlier in the day, you want to make sure that you have all of your marketing bait out and ready to capture leads as they come in. Now, the more fishing poles, the more advertisements that you have out, the more fish that you're going to catch. So you want to make sure that you set your lines out early, and you want to make sure you have tons of different ads out there attracting leads to you throughout the day. So you want to make sure that you get creative and try different kinds of bait. So not every fish likes the same kind of food. So you want to make sure that you keep it interesting, try different types of advertisements. That's what's going to attract certain people. Certain people are more interested in one thing or another. So make sure you get creative with the type of content that you put out there to attract these buyer leads. And of course, and on the next slide, I'm going to share with you a few places where we can set the lines out and have those ready for buyer leads to attract. So you want to make sure that as soon as you feel a tug on the line that you're ready to reel the fish in. So as soon as the lead comes in, you want to make sure you jump on that opportunity. If you just let the lead sit, it's kind of like fishing, so you might lose that buyer if you just give it a little bit too long. So as many you get a response, you want to make sure you jump on that response and that you're there to answer all the questions. I already provided a section on different scripts that you'll use whenever those leads come in. So we're fishing for new leads every day. Try different places where the water isn't saturated with other fishermen. So if you see a lot of people posting on Facebook, or if you see a lot of people posting or doing one thing, you want to make sure that you're not going where the water's already bloodied. You want to make sure that you get out there into a fresh, open blue ocean, and that you're the only one in that space creating that content. So there's different places to fish for leads. You want to make sure that you take advantage of both of these. There's your intentional marketing and then your unintentional marketing. See, nobody ever really goes on Facebook or LinkedIn looking to buy a house. So really, with a lot of social media sources, those are unintentional lead places where you want to make sure that you are more catering to your database, catering to your friends, and branding yourself throughout helpful content. So you want to make sure you build enough helpful content, maybe talk about different programs for your local area, or talk about what the market is doing, or create an interesting piece of content for that may help somebody that's a homeowner. So with social media, we approach it a little differently because it's unintentional. You want to provide some kind of value without overselling what it is you're trying to sell. Kind of like selling without selling. And then there's your intentional lead sources. So your intentional lead sources are like your Zillows, Realtor.com, Homes.com. Now, my experience working with Zillow.com, they do have good quality leads, but the quality of leads are very expensive. So get ready to pay top dollar for those types of leads. You will get a lot of good stuff, but again, it is very, very costly to capture those leads. You got to spend a lot. Realtor.com is, in my opinion, I've used all these different websites. Realtor.com is not as effective as Zillow.com, and it's also a little less expensive as well. So, I would never recommend Realtor or Homes.com because of some negative past experiences I've had with those two companies. Zillow's been great. I'm not currently using Zillow because it is very, very expensive, but it is a good place to start. You want to make sure that you dominate that zip code. So you want to be within the first 1 to 3 positions for share of the ad space on that zip code. So you either go all in or you don't mess with it at all. So the key to that is dominating that certain zip code. And then you also have your free yet intentional lead sources like Craigslist, Craigslist.com. What I've found is people like to find interesting types of deals on Craigslist. So if you have a house that's owner finance or if it's a lease option, then those tend to do very good on Craigslist. Also, you can also use a lead capturing website. My website is built on the Real Geeks platform, so it's a great website. It gives you a place where you can build your content and create lead capturing pages to share on all your other different web pages and on Craigslist social media. And if you do a good enough job about building out a niche page, so a niche page is like a certain neighborhood or location. So here near San Antonio, we have different neighborhoods like Castle Hills or Helotes or Leon Valley. If you can create enough content on one of those platforms, then Google will start to actually organically populate those web pages, and you will see a tremendous amount of organic reach. But the key with that is always building in quality content, utilizing YouTube videos to make sure that, YouTube is owned by Google, so anytime you put a YouTube video into a page about a certain topic, Google's going to recognize that and they're going to reward you by moving you up the chain. And then also here at EXP, we utilize the Conversion or KV Core platform. So that's another great tool for lead attraction. You can build in some landing pages and share those on your different pages like nextdoor.com and all those other places. So again, here's John Jacoby here. Wanted to share with you a few different tips for internet lead generation, guys. If you have any questions, any comments, or if you need a certain video made for you, please reach out to me. You can send me an email at john@thejacobygroup.com. And of course, we are always looking for quality people to join our team or join EXP Realty. So if you're interested, feel free to reach out to me, and I'd be happy to sponsor you into the business. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys on the next one.